S's typically had a scoop neck. This is a very tiny one, but that style was also imitated in evening wear. Now she's a young lady, so she's wearing her hair down. And she has an open neck and a short sleeve, just like in a child's clothing. But adult women wore this style as well. That's seen in Gone with the Wind, where Scarlett is going off to the 12 Oaks barbecue in an open neck, and Mammy keeps pulling it up. It's actually accurate in that this style would have only been worn, late in the afternoon or evening. Now this is a very elaborate skirt with an overskirt, and in this case, I guess if you were wealthy enough to own a ball gown, you got help putting it on. This one laces up the back. So you're not putting this on by yourself. Now she's carrying her fan, so she can speak the language of the fan. And as someone pointed out, if her shawl slips off, she still has it on, and she can tell her mother when she gets home that she kept her shawl on all evening. So she was modulating while she flirts with her eyes with the young gentleman. This was made by one of our members. She was quite an accomplished sewer. Now, oftentimes, too, they make a skirt, and they make two bodices, one they could wear during the day, and a fancier one. Yes, sir?
May I go back to the soldier?
Yes.
I have two questions.
Yes.
Is the hat also known as a kepi?
Yes, it is.
And on belt buckles,
Yeah.
U.S., Maine volunteers, when would, I have a GAR belt buckle, I know what the GAR stands for,
Yeah.
Grand Army of the Republic. When would that have become common?
Okay, well, after the war ended, the GAR, or Grand Army of the Republic, as they call themselves, the folks from the North, they started holding meetings. They were the equivalent of the American Legion for the veterans of foreign wars. So they were an organization. In fact, the ladies tonight belong to the Yarmouth chapter of the SUV, Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War. When the GAR members got old and started dying off, as our World War II veterans are today, their offspring kept the organization going. They just renamed it. And today, our organization does volunteer work, and we do projects to support the veterans, because obviously there are no Civil War veterans left alive. So that's sort of our mission, as well as to present educational presentations such as this one to the public, to teach them about various aspects of the Civil War. Particularly this is 150 years since the middle of the war, 1863.
I think 1873 was the inception of the GAR. I'm guessing is right around that time period. And probably the belt buckle may not be from that early, but it could be, it's been developed any time while the GAR was still a very active and vital organization. If you do have one in your possession, I would caution you to have it authenticated. That would be something that would be pretty readily reproduced.
I have done that.
Okay, very good. Then you are indeed
Civil
fortunate.
War camp.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Then you are very fortunate to have one. It is more, there's a lot of GAR memorabilia that crops up on the internet, especially the grave markers. The grave markers have been stolen throughout the country, and actually one of the projects of the Sons of Union Veterans is to try to recover the old GAR grave markers. They're fairly elaborate, usually brass, and they have value to somebody. Unfortunately, they're on the list to take it all. So they're out there about. Yes, and I guess
Well,
I kind of got on topic.
this is a children would have been sent back behind the lines to be stretcher bearers and to help the ambulance corps, but they sometimes got caught in the crossfire. Because that is how the regiment communicated with each other, was by fife and drum. And they were the drummers and the fifers. But,
To clarify, on the VMM, the volunteer Maine militia, not every regiment was in Maine and was able to wear that. It was because the 3rd Maine started out as the Bath City Graves was a volunteer militia group, like many townships had. They were already there to help protect the townspeople. Then when they were called up by the war, they were given a number and said, all right, you're the 3rd Maine, you're the 5th Maine, or whichever. And so that's why this was 3rd Maine was able to wear this particular type of buckle, because they were originally volunteer militia. Whereas anybody else, some of the other groups were brought up and formed specifically for the war, and they were issued the U.S. buckle, and that's all they were eligible to wear. So,
explain that, I couldn't remember the details of the red. Ernie, yes, thanks.
you're catching me in a cross-dressing mode.
Ah, this is her uniform, by the way. Normally fighting and drumming.
So with the uniform, as you see, she's already explained. But what happens is the musicians were typically assigned one drummer and one fifer to each company. As the groups formed together, you had your battalions and so on, your regiments and battalions. The musicians typically would join together to form one cohesive unit. And the numbers and insignia on top of the hat was on top, so that the leading officers could look quickly and see which unit you were with, because they're on horseback. So that's why you have all this stuff up way up here, not on the front like you have today in the Army. So Company H was the company that I was with. One drummer would have been with the fifer. The fact of the 3 was for our company, our regiment, 3rd Regiment. The Kearney patch was for the overall 3rd Battalion as well, coincidentally. So the bugle that we have on there meant that we were infantry, and with the 3rd Maine, we are not eligible to wear or receive this bugle until we've seen the elephant, meaning we've been in battle, seeing the enemy in gray with the elephant. So that's where these insignias come from. Early in the war, they did not have this insignia, and confusion reigned. They didn't know who was in what unit, who the commanding officers would be, and as some of you probably know, uniforms were of the same color, Bath City Grays, high grade uniforms. So imagine the confusion when they were at their first battle, and Gray was fighting Gray, but yet they weren't sure whose side they were on. So probably some friendly fire going on, and definitely mass confusion. So after, this whole run, they developed this whole system to more organize the armies and be able to keep track of everybody a little better. Yes, ma'am.
From what I have read, that actually the diamond, there was the diamond, and those were core insignias.
That's the correct word.
Yeah,
And there were different shapes for different corps. There was
right.
a trefoil or a clover-leaf, there was a circle,
There were different shapes.
There
there
was-
was a diamond, and there's a multi-cross.
There was a fifth name.
with,
Yeah.
depending on
Because the, yeah, there were, I think there were only 4 or 5 corps in the U.S. South had a different organization, so they had more corps.
Yeah.
But in the North, and I forget, used to know the name of the commander who actually, he said, he says, we need to identify the corps as well, because there's regiments, a 3rd regiment, and many different corps, and so,
And that wasn't in place early in the war.
Right.
So as reenactors, as we do our 5-year cycle, we frequently run into battles where we have to remove all that insignia on top of the hat. We historically accurately depict the particular battle we're working on. And this summer we'll be removing our red badges.
Can I give you one more particular curiosity about the belt buckle.
Yes.
I was brought up in the 50s, and the boy's belt, his buttons, his zipper was different than a girl's. This Civil War, or this belt buckle, not Civil War, but afterwards, goes on opposite direction. Goes to the right, not to the left, if you want to wear it right side up.
The look.
I wear it, doesn't bother me at all.
The look is all right. And that's what you have to watch out for when we're buying equipment, because there are some reproductions, they're made incorrectly. They have the hook on the wrong side. So this one is actually made correctly the way it's hooked in, according to people who've done research in our unit.
And we need to take a minute, because Monica spends most of her time in her male impression as a fighter in that uniform. And tonight, doesn't she look lovely in the ball gown? I didn't know Monica wore dresses, so we've got to feature Monica front and center tonight, because she's in an absolutely beautiful taffeta ball gown. And she used to be a lady. What's fascinating about this fabric is you see it, it's what they call dichroic. It's one color in one direction and you get the color. The waft is one color and the weft is another color, and it creates that opalescence. And sometimes the colors they put together, you would never put together, but in the process of now, I think one of these fine gentlemen should escort her around the ball.
So the hoop here has to go a little wider. So it would really take a little bit, she was talking about earlier. I kept it a little tight.
This is actually the rotator cuff of the gentleman. I mean, chair for ladies.
Yeah.
I don't know, because go out to these girls have these
Stand up and go into a pillowcase.
Yeah, they do. They're like-
Yeah.
We all have the chair, how much material, I mean, when we sit down on the kid's stool and.
Oh, there is a great picture series of me in action. We were sitting in chairs and I happen to have this nice, folding chair that's got arms. Well, the hoop didn't really fit, and there I am sitting with the hoop. And my legs crossed.
And if you think about antique furniture, you'll think a lady's chair generally does not have arms on it.
Right.
Or it will have
A
hat on.
gentleman's chair has the arms.
On the back of the chair, she always sat on the
She
end.
sat.
That's
She
right.
sat with-
She had her
She
courses.
sat fairly good.
Kept her upright.
Posture and somewhat of function in the back. She was around there. You've seen a variety of dresses. Most of them have been made by members of the 3rd Maine Regiment. The ladies are pretty accomplished seamstresses, but you can purchase them. So if you really want to, you can go to one of the large battle events down south, and they have Sutler's Row, and they have rows and rows of tents set up for ladies to buy anything they want, and rows of tents for the men to buy anything that they could want to complete their uniform and
Buy for the ladies at home.
or buy for their ladies at home, get them sent home to their ladies. So it is an interesting little industry in and of itself to accommodate the number of historic reenactors just of the Civil War period. And obviously there are reenactors which cover entire timelines right up through World War II. So it's a fun hobby. It's a hobby where I've raised 2 children and they've just absorbed history because they've lived it. It's been a wonderful event. Yes?
I'm wondering, I understand that there could be a plethora of ladies, but do the reenactors actually choose one person to be, or just a type of person, like a bugle or
You could do what they call a first-person impression.
so then you run out of people? I mean, it would seem to me you'd have more people wanting to do it than perhaps there are.
The problem is finding history enough about a person.
Yeah.
There's thousands and thousands of soldiers that were in there, and you don't know all the
Relatively
names or
little
what
known about.
history about them, so it's difficult sometimes to find, more prominent people that have
Mhm.
made some kind of name for themselves, and that's easy to find information. So we have to from the historical documents that we have, diaries and such, and try and put together in personas that would match for them, you know, where the third name was created from people along the Kennebec Valley. So, you know, we would tell, you know, we would portray somebody that's from Bath or Richmond, Dresden, you know, anything along that way, and talk about that if we were gonna be trying to do a close impression for a specific background.
Now, the
There is a
ladies,
reenactment group in Connecticut where you cannot, there's a finite number, they know the names of the people, and when someone drops out, you can pick up that name, but that's all they have.
well,
I mean,
more
they're very,
people do
very
that, because
specific.
they reenact the battle of
Right.
Lexington Green every year,
Mhm.
and they're all specific people.
How many groups of reenactors, I mean, are there in Maine?
Of
In
reenactment, well,
Maine?
For Civil War reenacting, there are two relatively active union-sided reenactment groups, the 20th Maine. Most of you have heard of the 20th Maine? And we usually remind everybody, wait a minute, there were at least 19 before you got to the 20th. They were later in the war that they were formed up, although they certainly have their claim to fame. And there is one unit called 15th Alabama, so we can find a few gray guys to play with now and then. We'll actually be up at the New Orleans Living